There's a big misconception going on right now for those of you that are looking to sell your home. Maybe been watching the news, maybe haven't been watching the news. Starting August 17th, a new nationwide law goes into effect. And basically, a simple way to put it, in the old ways when we listed a home and we met with you as the seller and we came out to your home, we would go over, the listing price. We talk about the comparables, what to expect, what homes are available for sale in your nearby area or your neighborhood in general. Then we would talk about the commission, how much the total commission was. And here's what really frustrates a lot of us realtors that have been around a long time. The mainstream media and the narrative is that 6% was the standard commission. That is the farthest from the truth. I can't tell you the last time I personally got a 6% listing commission from any seller, not even on vacant land. Maybe going back to 2004, 2005 when I got started in the business when prices were lower. But anyways, let's stop rambling on, which a lot of you that watch my channel know that I like to ramble on, but I try to give you real information and honest thoughts and opinions about the market and everything else in general. So, moving forward, if you're going to list your home, you always have had options. Like I said before, there's a misconception and just kind of bad information out there. If you're going to sell your home, you're going to meet with a broker or an agent, and you're going to discuss the same things. You're going to discuss the price, what's going on in the market, what does your realtor or broker suggest? You're going to talk about marketing. You're going to talk about all the same stuff that you did in the past. The only difference is now when we're doing the listing agreement, they made some changes to the actual listing agreement that you as the seller is going to sign. And the best way to look at it is there's one spot on the listing agreement that shows how much commission or compensation you're going to offer and pay us as the listing agent. Then there's going to be a separate section how much you're willing to offer to a buyer's agent if a buyer brings a buyer. There's also a checkbox in there that says you do not have to offer compensation to a buyer's agent. Commission is negotiable. It has always been negotiable. But going back to what I just talked about with rambling on, I do see how in some areas when there's a monopoly of big brokerages that maybe run a smaller demographic of an area and they control most of the agents, meaning that they have the most amount of real estate agents within a certain market and all the billboard advertising, just all you do is see them nonstop. I can see where they've instructed their real estate agents not to accept anything less than a 6% total commission. I can see that. Unfortunately, down here in South Florida, again, if you're new to my channel, my name is David Rogers. I am a licensed real estate broker. I reside in Palm Beach County, Florida. I can help people with buying and selling real estate from Palm Beach County up to Port St. Lucie, Florida. So if you're looking to buy or sell real estate, of course, I encourage you to call me, text me, shoot me an email. But anyways, what I was saying is basically commission has always been negotiable. The whole misunderstanding, the false narrative that 6% was normal, that was traditional, that's a bunch of BS. I can tell you how many times I've taken 4% total listings, 4.5, 4.75, and 5. I don't think I've taken anything over 5% in many, many, many years. And part of that is as well, I'm an independent broker. I don't have the overhead to justify charging you as a seller 3% for my side alone. I don't need to make 3% on a $600,000 home. I don't need to make 3% on $1 million home. I'm just as happy working with a group of sellers or clients that we all get along, we're on the same page, and the ultimate goal is to help you sell your home fast and for the most amount of money. And those are the clients I prefer to work with. I recently had a closing in Loxahatchee, Florida. Prime example, we listed the home at over $900,000. It was a 4.5% total commission. I took 2% on the listing side. I offered 2.5% to the buyer's side. The buyer made more money than me on that listing. So what changes are going to be a little different moving forward when it comes to the buyer's side of the transaction? So this is something sellers need to understand if they want to get the most amount of showings, if they want to get or hopefully have the most amount of offers on their home when they do list it for sale. Moving forward, all buyers, before they can even show a home virtually or in person, they have to sign some type of buyer's agreement, showing agreement with a buyer's agent prior to showing your home, before they show any home. In that agreement, the buyer's agent and that buyer have to agree on a certain percentage of compensation the buyer agrees to pay the buyer's agent for any home that they purchase. And really where this is going to come into play the most, the only time that buyer is actually going to pay that fee out of their own pocket is if a seller does not offer compensation for the transaction to a buyer's agent. And there's multiple ways to finagle how this is going to work. You as a seller can offer a credit to the buyer to help them cover closing costs. So think of it this way. If the average commission to a buyer's agent is 2%, 2.5%, 3%, whatever the number is, you could offer the buyer a closing cost credit of say 2%, 3% towards their closing costs. That would offset the buyer's agent commission that then the buyer could pay directly to the buyer's agent at closing. Again, that would be at closing. Remember, buyer's agents don't make any money unless a deal actually closes. They could work 6 months or a year and work with 10 different buyers and not have a single closing. So you can see why offering a decent commission, a fair commission based on your area or your demographics is very important if you really want to get the most amount of buyers through your door. Now, going back to something else I probably forgot to say, there's another way to do this as well. Since nowadays, we as listing agents or as brokers, we cannot list any compensation amount on the MLS listing at all. We cannot list it. It is illegal. We will get fined moving forward. We can't even put little notations like compensation available. We can't put anything anymore. Maybe we can put down that we love working with buyer's agents. Maybe that might fly, but we might get a violation notice for putting that in the MLS listing. So what you can do is that you can either, when a buyer's agent calls us, they're going to call the listing agent and go, is your seller offering any compensation or buyer's credits if we bring an offer? And in most cases, our sellers are going to say, yes, I'm willing to offer 2%, 2.5%, 3%, whatever the number is that we agreed upon when we signed the listing agreement originally to sell your home. You can also have a scenario whereas, let's say that you're not going to offer a buyer's agent commission in the listing agreement that we sign, it doesn't prevent a buyer's agent from submitting an offer that says seller to pay X amount commission towards that transaction. There's going to be a lot of different scenarios, and I know I'm just rambling on and maybe I'm confusing more people than helping, but at the end of the day, the market is changing how we're going to do this business. So moving forward, please understand if you're selling your home, you have options. You are not obligated to pay any commission. But of course, you don't pay any commission total, no one's going to list your home. Maybe a flat fee listing service. You might get a discount brokerage or discount listing service. You have to decide what level of service you really, really want if you're going to sell your home moving forward. Number one, you want a realtor or broker that's going to answer their phone calls. They're going to be available for you 7 days a week. This is not a Monday to Friday 9 to 5 job by no means. There's a lot of pros to this business and there's some cons to this business, but we do it because it's better than working a 9 to 5 job. I love getting out and meeting people. Even when I don't get the business from them, it's enjoyable to meet new people, to learn new things, talk about different stuff, not necessarily politics, but just different things about life. That's part of the interesting part, like the whole thing of this business, you get to meet a wide range of people from all over the place. But going back again, if you're new to my channel, my name is David Rogers. I'm a licensed real estate broker here in Palm Beach County, Florida. If you're looking to buy or sell real estate from Palm Beach County to Port St. Lucie, Florida, I love the opportunity to sit down and discuss all your real estate needs and see if we can be a great team together to help you sell or buy a home. And again, this is just meant to be a short video about some of the changes. I know there's longer videos out there that are more detailed, but again, the main point of this video is if you're looking to sell your home moving forward as of August 17th, there are changes coming that we have to implement as real estate professionals in our business. And again, if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel. Please like this video if you liked it. Leave comments, maybe where I made a mistake, or maybe how I can improve the video for viewers just like yourself. And we'll see you on future videos coming out real soon.